Hello and welcome to the morning show, teeing off with RevSportz. A very good morning to all of you. And today, a special surprise, me and Trisha are together, enjoying a cup of coffee. And to discuss Border Gavaskar Trophy, we have Acho Mukhopadhyay from Ahmedabad and Devashish Sen also. So, can we please have Acho and Devashish?
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning. Acho, coming
What
to
are you guys doing,
yesterday.
both of you? Where are you?
We are at a cafe.
We are at a cafe enjoying a cup
But
of coffee.
Rohan, what are you doing there?
We are enjoying our cup of coffee, and then we will be going to the Jadavpur Salt Lake campus ground to watch Mohun Bagan versus Borisha. Some domestic
See,
match.
Atroda,
Domestic
they have
cricket
quietly
also,
planned, both of them.
Devashish, you also join us.
Yes, come.
It's too late now.
Acho, coming to you, yesterday we saw so much crowd for 50,000 plus crowd, but after 1 hour of the game, the stadium was empty. And today, as you said, give us a mood of the stadium right now, and what message does that send to the sport?
Yeah, it's very different. The scenes are very different this morning. And yesterday, where I was standing, there was no place to stand. I mean, you had to move with the stream of the people. Yeah, I mean, there was no chance of being still. Even if you didn't want, you have been pushed around by the crowd. But today, at the same time, there was hardly anybody. Although it's picked up a little bit, just I saw 5 minutes back, it's picked up a little bit, but still no comparison with yesterday. I mean, on the first day that we had, when the prime ministers were here, and there was heading towards the main entrance, and the road that leads to the main entrance was blocked for traffic. Today, there is no traffic restriction, and the roads were empty about half an hour back. Now, slowly, as the start of the day comes closer, we see a little bit of activity, but compared to yesterday, it's still nothing.
Does that give a bad message that yesterday, when the match was on after 1.5 hours, the stadium was empty, and today also no turnarounds?
I actually wanted to ask, yesterday were there less number of tickets sold because of security reasons or something of that sort? And today, of course, is a weekday, so maybe it will pick up after lunch. Atro, was there some ticket issue? Because I was seeing actually in a few tweets that probably some certain stands were closed and tickets were not sold because, of course, PM security.
Yeah, there might have been. I mean, because of the security reasons, a few, but not many. But there were a few stands, there were few blocks, rather not stands. Few blocks were blocked. That was for security reasons, but nothing like. I mean, we can go anywhere.
Okay. Devashish, coming to you, Australia are quite in a good position now, and the Sri Lanka New Zealand match is also on. So, what is the status of India's place for WPC final? Can you explain us in total for our viewers?
Yeah, Rohan, we all know that Australia have guaranteed their place in the final, irrespective of the result in this test match, because they are sitting right on top with 68.52 winning percentage. India is second with 60.29 winning percentage at the moment, and Sri Lanka is third with 53.33. So let me put it straight that even if India lose or draw this test match, that won't stop them from reaching the final until and unless Sri Lanka win against New Zealand 2-0. Sri Lanka have to win against New Zealand 2-0 for them to leapfrog India to 61 winning percentage. So for Sri Lanka to qualify, they need to win both the test matches against New Zealand. For India,
Okay.
they look the favorite because even if they draw this test match, they are through because their winning percentage. Um, uh, yeah, obviously, if they lose, their winning percentage will be 58 point some decimal, but that also will not affect because if Sri Lanka don't win 2-0, their winnings percentage will be behind India. So as of now, Australia and India are firm favorites to be in the final. Played at the Oval from June 7 to 11.
Okay, so Acho, coming to you on that, this statistics Indian team management also knows. So do you think that this result that India, even if they lose, they will have a favorite chance of reaching the final? So do you think that impacted the pitch we were seeing so many run turners throughout the series, but this pitch is we don't hardly saw any turns. A flat
Yeah,
pitch.
I
What's
think
your thought?
that that might have been a consideration because it was fraught with danger. I mean, when you are rolling out such pitches where you can either win or lose, it's a bit of a gamble. So and India don't have to gamble. I mean, they are in a position to reach. They're in a good position to reach the WTC final. So why should they gamble? I mean, what they did in Indore, I think, was quite unwise, and they have taken a lesson out of that and have gone for a safer option over here. I mean, it's not a lottery, not a open. You apply yourself, and will come, and it's a safer ploy, I would say. Yeah, I think they learned their lesson from Indore and went for something which is not as much risky, which doesn't involve as much risk as the pitch in Indore was about.
Yeah. Trisha, coming to you, India will be batting in the fourth innings, and we have not seen so much turn right now, but from the third day or so, the pitch will start to disintegrate. So that will be a disadvantage for India.
I think whichever team has the bigger first innings lead has
Ah.
always has the advantage. So again, fourth innings will be nullified if India can have a fantastic first innings. Uh, that is important. But I think yes, of course. I mean, it becomes in subcontinent the toughest
Yeah.
is to bat is in the fourth
Yeah,
innings.
yeah.
No doubt about that. And that's all the more reason India will try to have a bigger lead in the first innings whenever they get the chance to bat. That is.
Devashish, how good was Khwaja? He has caused so much trouble to us. Thoughts on Khwaja's performance?
Yeah,
Also,
absolutely. Okay.
he has
You're
said
on.
that also he has said this is an unexpected 100. You know, if you have read, he has said it's an unexpected 100.
And he kept smiling for the longest time after reaching that three figure mark. Because when to score 100 in India against India is a big achievement, because very few batters if you look at in the last 10 years, very few batters, overseas batters, have scored 100. So it was a special knock. Yeah. So maybe it was that feeling that to reach out that milestone in the last over of the day, and he played brilliantly. Let us. There is no denying the fact that Khwaja looked the best among the Australian batters on this tour, and he has earlier scored a 60 odd, and now this 100 to top up. Means and remember, he is still not out. So 104 not out along with Cameron Green 49, and if Australia can
Yeah.
stretch that partnership to the another 50 runs and if they're going to lunch with just losing one wicket, India have all the catching to do in this test match, because then India will have to bat really well.
I would actually like to add something. I think Khwaja has looked the best batter among both the teams taken together.
Absolutely.
Atro, tell us about that Khwaja innings from the ground. How good, how graceful was he to see from the ground?
See, not very different from how what it appears on TV. Uh, but I would like to add something here, which is that the Khwaja set the template for the Indian batsmen over here. I mean, Khwaja showed how to bat and how to go about the job on this kind of a surface. He was patient all through. I mean, he looked determined to bat for as long as possible, and did not take risks. Showed excellent judgment outside, did not go for shots which were not warranted, and waited for the loose balls and only hit those which he thought could be hit for runs. So that, and therein lies a lesson for the Indian batters. If they want to make something good out of this test match, they have to take a leaf out of Khwaja's book and bat accordingly. So I would say Khwaja has shown how the Indians should bat on this wicket.
And this partnership, this Khwaja and Cameron Green partnership, is looking very dangerous. India needs to break this partnership early in the first session today. So, what should be India's strategy towards breaking this partnership? Devashish?
Yeah, obviously the ball is still new. It's only
Yeah.
10 overs old, so the early inroads they make, the better for them. And key will be how Shami and Umesh utilize the new ball. in the first half an hour. And one would expect a spinner to be introduced from the other end. But having said that, let me just put forward a point, a statistics which I am noticing is that Indian bowlers have managed to draw only 34 fall shots from the Australians. So, and if you look at the numbers, there were 40 fall shots in the first session of the last test match in Indore. So that speaks volumes that how the Australians played and how the wickets played in the first day. So hardly anything to offer for the bowlers. It looked a very flat deck, and so only 36 fall shots from the Australian batters. So and the Australians have played well. It will be an uphill task for India because still second day of the Test match, the conditions will be much better to bat. Ideally, if you look at a test match, Astro is a lot more senior to me. He will agree with me that for an ideal test match wicket batting on the second day is more easier, is the best. Obviously, on day three, wicket starts to crumble, and with the sun, with the heat, the wicket is very flat, and it will only break up from day three. So spinners will come into effect more from day three. So for the second day, it's the best batting conditions. And if Australia can post a total of in excess of 300, 350, India will have to bat really well.
Coming to that, Devashish, as you mentioned that with the new ball. So do you think, Trisha, do you think that taking the new ball yesterday only was the right decision, or they should have taken it from today morning also? Your
Yeah.
thoughts on then, Akshu?
I would have gone for today morning because Athreya was telling yesterday that it is really hot at the ground, and if it's really hot end of the day, I would have all my bowlers tired. Why do you want to waste the new ball and give some momentum away? I mean, even if Cameron Green, the way Cameron Green attacked wasn't expected, but even then, I would have waited and probably taken the new ball today morning because, of course, the first hour of a morning session. See, two things, Rohan. First of all, the first hour of at in any day is a very crucial point, crucial, and the other part is Australia in this series has lost wickets in a heat. So if you can get through one, you might get 2, 3 wickets at a stretch. So I would have kept it for today.
Akshu,
Yeah, what was
the
the
same
question?
one. Uh, Team India taking the new ball yesterday only was a good decision, or they should have taken it today morning?
No, I think it was okay because they had their fast bowler, their premier fast bowler had taken two. So and the Australians had put together sort of partnership between Singh and Raja. So they had to do. The skipper perhaps thought that there is need to change things around and to do something new, and that's what he did. I think it was okay. And the ball is still new. It's not that the ball is old. It's 10 overs old, and there is a lot, almost as good as a new ball.
Okay. And Akshu, I know we'll have to leave you. You have to walk back to the stadium a long way. Isha, you had a question for Akshu?
Yes, I just wanted to ask. Actually, you were saying the sun is beating down on the pitch, and we know the more the sun beats down on the pitch, it disintegrates a little easily. So maybe instead of third day, do you expect something of that sort to happen probably end of today or mid of today because of the heat, considering the heat and the sun beating down on the pitch?
I think I agree with Debashish that today will be the best day for batting because the first day pitch there is some pressure that is gone and the pitch has not crumbled yet. Yes, it is very hot and the pitch will eventually break. The upper surface will eventually break. That will happen possibly from tomorrow onwards. So today is the best day to bat and it's up to India to restrict Australia to a manageable total. And yes, as the match goes on, spinners will be more effective. On days 4 and 5 definitely and today is possibly the best day for batting and it's up to India to make sure that Australia do not run away with the match, do not get away to a massive total and India have the wherewithal to do it because one or two more wickets and India will be into the lead. So that's very interesting point. After a long time India we are seeing what a test match after the first two matches. Whether the crowd comes in different countries, but all those who are coming, those who are having some good put positive.
Okay. So yeah, we'll have to let you go. You have to walk along
Yeah.
back to the stadium. We'll be waiting for your post-match review. So enjoy the match. Thank you, Atro, for joining.
Thank
And
you.
take some wickets, please.
Yeah, Khwaja first.
Have some pepra and khakra.
On that note, I have a question
Did you
for
did you
Debashish. Huh?
I think the best thing is to have a Gujarati thali. Have you guys tested a Gujarati thali? Pardon? Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I either. Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Debashish?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All credit
There
to
was
our producer Swapnil. I think he messed it up.
Must
After
have
left,
been.
I think that point of
uh,
time,
he has been
Swapnil is
he has been he has
terrific.
been wake up from 7 a.m. today. So
So you can understand it's difficult for Swapnil.
He's
Life is a little
up
hard.
for some mischief. He's up for some mischief. Waking up 7 a.m. in the morning.
But I wanted to ask something, Debashish. Why are you wearing the Gujarat Titans
yeah,
jersey? It's not even
I
IPL.
I don't have anything in front of me, so I just whatever I had, I just put it on.
Oh, I thought it's because we think a lot. I thought it's because the game is in Gujarat. You're
Hey,
wearing.
you always think
we were discussing that
what
only.
I am wearing.
We were discussing that only because the game is in Gujarat. I think Devahish is wearing that T-shirt.
But
See,
Debashish,
Swapnil has written in the chat box, Atro sir berote erokom holo.
yeah. So he has put all the blame on Atreo.
Yes,
Poor
yes,
Atreo
yes.
not poor Atreo not even here to defend himself.
But they were, yeah.
Yeah, Debashish.
Go on.
Do you think? I mean, I was feeling yesterday Ashwin was bowling well, but probably he wasn't patient enough.
Yeah, patience will be the key because wickets won't come in heaps, as was the case in the last three test matches. If you look at wicket, the ball is coming very slow, and the batsman has enough time to play the shots. So that has been one of the contrasting scenario if you look at the other three test match and this test match because the wickets and the spinners I think they need there's a bit fine line between bowling a little more faster because the pace at which the Indian spinners bowled that did not trouble enough and the statistic itself proves because the Australians have played only 36 loose shots so I can, as Atro has rightly said, and I also said that it's going to be the best conditions for batting today. And remember last session, last hour, after India took the new ball, Australia just ran away. 954 runs they scored in 9 overs at a 6 runs per over. So they cannot afford to give Australia any room to play the shots because there were some wayward deliveries yesterday. If you look, they were bowling constantly on the pads. They were just flicking. This is especially to Khwaja. He was just milking the ball towards the leg side, pulling,
So
flicking, and taking runs. So you need to restrict the runs, as also keep on attacking. You need to have closing fielders all the time to attack, because you need to balance, because Australia cannot run away with the scores, scoring freely, because after this pair you have Alex Carey, who is also a stroke player, and then Mitchell Stark, who can play the long handle. So the key for India
Devashish,
is to get the breakthroughs.
yeah. So Devashish, as you said that yeah, wickets are not falling like it was happening the other matches, so they will bat long. So do you think that is a good opportunity for Akshay to come back to form because he will have time?
He will get
Yeah,
more bowling. That's what he will
see,
do.
why not try Akshar? Because in Akshar, if you remember, couple of years back against England, he was the recurring chief. Akshar single-handedly demolished England bowling, and the Test match finished under 3 days, both the Test matches. So yeah, since see, the only biggest concern is that if you play three spinners, eventually one spinner will be bowled short. So Rohit Sharma will have to judiciously use all the three spinners, because spinners will come into effect, but when it's a matter of time.
Yeah. So Trisha, Australia are quite in a driving seat. They have wickets in hand. So what will be the strategy to go all attack from the first session, or they will just keep their calm and uh, wait for the right moments?
I think for one, obviously Khwaja will look to continue the way he is continuing and be there, because what happens if Khwaja is there, then the rest of the batters can keep playing around him. And with Cameron Green and Alex Carey, I think I completely agree with Debashish. They are natural stroke players, even Mitchell Stark. So they will go that way. But Green, I also feel in the first hour, unless, of course, the Indian bowlers keep bowling wayward as they did, uh, Green will be careful, because again, first hour they'll show that respect, because even they will know that throughout the day the pitch will start easing in, and India will be under tremendous pressure if they cannot, get a breakthrough or even two in the first hour. So I don't think they will attack in the first hour, but I think immediately once the first hour is done, the pitch starts becoming a little more easy. You will see the attacking game on, because they will try not to bat in the second innings at all.
Devashish, you agree?
Yeah, absolutely agree. If the more they score, the more pressure they put on the Indians.
Absolutely. So first innings of both the teams are very crucial. So uh, India also needs to chase it down. So Devashish, I think. So what are your thoughts that India should do in the first innings? And before we end, your thoughts on India's first session? What should be their strategy? First bowler spin. And before we end the show, you first, and then Trisha, and
It's
then
very
we go to
simple. It's very
the
simple. They need
match.
to pick the wickets. They need to restrict Australia to as low as total days as they can, because if Australia can post somewhere in the excess of 350 or 400, it will be again, the match will be headed for draw until something dramatic happens. In say
Yeah.
India uh, is bundled out for a very low score. That let keep that side apart. But then for India, the strategy will be to pick wickets, get early inroads in the first session.
I completely agree. I feel what India should actually look to do is, because there are no demons in the pitch over.
Yeah.
So I think India's strategy should be to walk the batters up. That would be important. Do not give away easy runs. Let them work hard for their runs, and let them make the mistake. What the biggest mistake that we did was we didn't allow them to make any mistakes. You know, and even after that, a batter like Labushin made a mistake. Their Smith made a mistake. So see, they are also a little vulnerable when it comes to focus, concentration. As I said, Khwaja has looked the best by far from both the sides. So all you need to do is walk down. Don't give away easy runs. Stop that leg side flick pull, and let them try hard. In 1 hour, if you give 5 runs, 6 runs, or maybe 10 runs, then they will also start itching to get runs, and that is where
That will create the pressure and
absolutely.
uh, we'll get the wicket by that. Yeah. So thank you for joining, Devashish. Enjoy the game. We'll be waiting for Akshu's post-match review from the ground, and we'll be heading towards the other two ground. If you want to come, you can join us. We'll meet you there. Thank you.
Swapnil, if you want to come, you can join us too.
Even
Yes,
we have
yes, great. I will give Shopil a treat if he goes and watch the cricket match.
Should we have a poll, Debashish? That
Yes,
will,
yes, yes. Let's have a quick poll. Let's have a quick poll. Will Shopil turn up at Jadavpur ground to watch the match? I say no. I say no.
I also say no.
no chance. Swapnil, now all on to you.
Then what's the point of having a poll? If we all agree with unison that Shopin will not turn up at Jadavpur ground, someone has to
That
tell
shows
no.
how
Yes,
much
Shopin will go.
that shows how much the RevSportz team
Arey,
knows each
yes,
other.
yes, all the best guys. I win.
He knows that he's not going to come.
Thank you for guys for joining. We'll
Thank
enjoy
you,
the
thank
match,
you very much.
and we hope we get some quick wickets on the ground. Paja is really disturbing.
And do not forget to join our Women's Premier
Yeah.
League pre-show, post-show, the turning points of the match show, where Debashish and Akshul are generally on fire nowadays. Yeah, they have started talking about women's cricket more than me, which is fantastic as far as I'm concerned.
The converts.
Absolutely.
The converts to women's cricket. That's great. Even I was at game we were discussing for some technical issue. I couldn't join, but we'll join surely.
And the best part, you know what happened last night? We couldn't. Our was not visible. We were just giving wild guess and speaking because we could hardly see our faces on the screen.
But the show went on, right?
Yeah, the
must
show
go
went on. As Rajka would say, the show must go on.
Absolutely. And the show must go on, and we also must go on because we'll miss the match otherwise.
Yes, yes, yes. Enjoy the match, and we'll
Keep watching.
catch up at
and
7
Team
p.m. at
RevSportz
6:30
will
p.m.
join- Team RevSportz will join again 6:30 p.m.
Absolutely.
For the live show. Thank you for joining, and for teeing off today's sport, we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.